Hi, I'm Bill MacPhee, CEO of MacPhee Media Inc., your partner in mental wellness. Welcome to today's recovery blog. Today I had a question from Karen, and Karen writes and she says, what determines whether or not a medication will work for someone and whether or not there will be side effects? For example, I know of someone who is symptom free on the smallest dose of Zyprexa without weight gain, while I know of another who still hears voices with some side effects while on a couple of different medications. Thanks so much for your insight. Uh, for your insight. Um, Karen, let me first tell you that no two cases of mental illness or no two people are ever totally alike. Everybody is an individual, and everybody's medication regime will be individual for that person because we are different and symptoms are different in different people. Some people have a combination of stronger symptoms than other. So first of all, it's very remember that it's an individual basis, that everybody's an individual. Secondly, it takes time. A lot of time when medication, it takes at least 6 months when you're trying a medication to try to work with it and see if it's going to help you and don't be impatient. This is what takes so long in recovery, is trying to find the right medication for you that fits for your needs. Now, as well, what happens too is that if there is a history of mental illness in your family and you have somebody being treated on medication who is doing well, that's important information for your doctor to know. Because basically, if there's mental illness in the family and somebody's taking a medication that works for them, then possibly that may be a good medication for you as well. As well, what is very important to realize, and a lot of people don't do this, a lot of people are not proactive. And I want to give you an analogy. Say, for example, you go to the doctor and you're not feeling very well, and the doctor examines you and he says, well, gee, Mr. Smith, you have a case of pneumonia. So I'm going to give you a prescription for some antibiotics or whatever. So this person, Mr. Smith, then says, come back in 2 weeks. So Mr. Smith goes away, takes his antibiotics, comes back in 2 weeks, and the doctor says, I got good news for you. Your pneumonia is 80% gone. But you see, the doctor doesn't stop there. He says, okay, we're going to try you on this other regime of medication here. Come back in another 2 weeks. So another 2 weeks, Mr. Smith comes back, and the doctor says, I got good news. Your pneumonia, you're 95% healed. And but the doctor doesn't say, okay, go away now. That's it. That's all we can do for you. You're 95%. We're not going to worry about 100%. And that's what happens with our population, with people with mental illness, is that we may be on a medication, but we may be still having side effects, or we may still be hearing voices, or have some delusions, or a little bit of a paranoia is still hanging around. But we shouldn't settle for that. We need to go back and say, okay, well, I'm doing well with this, but I still have these symptoms. What can we do? And that is the way of the future. The way of the future with medication is going to be individual, really individual doses and individual concoctions of medication that really are focused on you as an individual and all your symptoms and side effects. So hopefully, Karen, I helped you a little bit with that. But the bottom line is that no two individuals are ever alike. It's a trial and error process. Not everybody responds to one drug all equally, and but we should expect to have the best and to try to get rid of our symptoms if we have positive or negative symptoms, and we shouldn't settle for 85% of being well, or 70% of being well. We need to strive for that high quality of life and getting the right medication that gives us the best quality of life possible and the best chance of having a good quality of life. So Karen, thank you for your question. And if you have a question for me, just email me at bmcphee@magpiemegs.com or go to our website at mentalwellnesstoday.com. Thank you and have a great day.